Guys, welcome down to episode 2 in my attempts to qualify for an Asian Tour event and the Open Championship. Now, it wouldn't be summer, it wouldn't be the Open Championship qualification without a wet and windy, well, not windy, but a wet and cold morning. And I'm at Hesketh Golf Club, which is going to be the location I'm going to be trying to qualify through the regional qualifications from. I've played here before as a lot as a junior, and I played here last year, so I know the golf course quite well. We're going to whiz through a few holes today. I'm going to try and play a couple of the holes that I actually struggled on last year, so stay tuned. This golf course is beautiful. We're playing it in true links fashion this morning. Going to start off with the first hole, which is a more generous hole, which I have to be honest, which is great because you need that on an opening tee shots when the nerves are jangling. And let's see if we can kind of rectify some of those bad holes from last year. Oh my God, get in the hole. They shouldn't even make me qualify for this thing. They just put me straight in. Put me in, coach. He doesn't need to do any work on that. Right, I've been working on a couple of swing changes. So this is the first time on a golf course that I'm going to be trying to implement them. Swing thoughts for me are feeling like a little bit flat and super low half swing across my chest. So I've got to be careful that I don't kind of panic in that transition and I just trust it. So driver off the first tee should only leave me with a wedge in, or maybe 9-iron at the absolute most. But you know what? Biggest face. I was going to say you can't go wrong, but there is a lot of room to the right, not much to the left. Right, let's play well. Oh, new swing works. A half swing feel, little baby draw down the right side of the fairway. Easy this. Right, I told you we are in the town of Flushington. I am a new player, folks. 99 yards into the green. What was I talking about? 9-iron. Open qualifying last year, I was about 50 yards, well, probably about 50 yards further back and on the 18th fairway. A bit nervy. Totally different today, obviously. 99 yards. I've been practicing this yardage. Well, actually, I'll be honest, it's a slight lie. I haven't practiced it that much. I've practiced it a little bit. 99 yards, 54 degree, 3/4 swing. But anyway, my swing feels like it's 3/4 anyway, so I'm going to try and work that out as I go. Winds off the right. Opening birdie would be a delight. That rhymed. I mean, if that goes in the hole, they shouldn't even make me qualify for this thing. They just put me straight in. Put me in, coach. Right, we have a birdie attempt on the first. We're going to play the second hole again as well, sorry, and then we're going to jump a few holes to where I actually made double bogey. Yeah, I know, double bogey last year. Can you believe it? Yeah, you can believe it. Right, uphill, left to right. This is the one area of my game I still need to do a little bit more work on. No, he doesn't. He doesn't need to do any work on that. Oh, guys, we're ready. I'm not ready, but I'm going to be my own hype man today. 1 under through 1. Last year, this hole was playing so tough. It is a beautiful par 3, one of the best holes on the golf course, in my opinion. 153 yards today to the pin. Last year, it's like it's not an island green, obviously, but it feels like it because you just don't want to miss it anywhere. It's just long grass everywhere. 153 yards, always into the wind today and off the left, as it was last year, into a howler actually. Last year, I think I pulled it left on that, not pulled it, I just kind of stayed left. 153, I'm going to punch a 7-iron. And again, that's the type of shot you need a lot around these types of golf courses. When you've got the wind up, the last thing you want is that ball spinning up into the air, stalling and dropping. So you want something that kind of gives you that penetrating flight for at least 3/4 of the way, then it can stall and stop. So we're going to do a little punchy 7. So 175 club, so you've seen on the yardages from episode 1, but it's a 153 shot. I'm going to play this, I'm just going to go straight at it. I'm hitting little draws, hold the wind, trust the swing, which is a newish swing thought. I've got to trust it. Across the nipples, 3/4. Yes, that is my swing thought. A little bit bottom groovy. So again, we spoke about that in episode 1, and when you get a little bottom groovy, it penetrated the wind a little bit and it's hit the kind of back fringe, back edge of the green. Flag's at the back anyway. It's not the worst outcome in the world. Not the greatest shot. We're gonna hit one more. Stay with me, folks. Let's just hit another one. I don't want to leave this hole with that type of strike. Beauty of a little practice round is you can just kind of rinse and repeat. It's that flatter feeling, left arm across the nipples. And I still need to remember to compress. Oh, that's the shot. Beauty. That's the shot. Right, a little bottom groovy, but it worked out quite well. The second attempt was a pure strike. It was right on the back edge of the green. Club selection, would I change it? No, to be honest. Because if I'd hit an 8 iron and it just spun up a little bit on me, I'd have been right on the very front edge of the green. So it was the right club selection. Sometimes when you've got tricky winds, you've got tricky yardages, like for me a 155 into the wind is a pretty horrible yardage. So, this is a hole that you're not really thinking, give me a birdie. You'd love one, I'd love one here. But you're just trying to make sure you get it on the dance floor and you've got a 2-putt par, worst case. Birdies will come later. Right, a little bit down the hill left to right, then back up the hill right to left. I might just carry. What's the course record? I'm coming after you. Can't stop me now. Right, we've skipped ahead to the 7th hole, par 5, 515 yards. This is a pretty tough hole. It's quite a narrow fairway, water down the right, well, out of bounds down the left, and a fairway bunker. I hit a beautiful drive down here last year. This is one of those holes, and I'm going to sound like a real obvious statement here, but if you get your tee shot away as a par 5, it's a good chance of birdie. It's not an easy second shot because it's still surrounded by water, but it's the confidence thing. Right, inside, it's not really inside. Across the nipples, it's not really across the nipples. Turn. Right, straight down the middle with a little draw. Wind's off the left a little bit. Oh, we can't be doing that. That is in the drink. So we will be dropping up there. That was, has anyone ever hit it off the shaft before? That's what it felt like. That was a bad shot. You might be able to see the ball mark there. It's very much low on the face. And after the excitement of holes 1 and 2, golf has brought me back down to earth. Right, we're taking a drop. I'm going to try and get my swing back to where it was last hole. I'm going to hit a 7 iron just down the left hand side, just a bit of a layup. There's water all down the right. It's really narrow actually. And annoyingly, I've forgotten my my golf watch, so I don't really know any yardages. So I'm just going to play to what I can see. Hopefully, what would that be? Drop for 2, play for 3, on for 4. See if we can make par. Oof. Nice strike. Not sure where it's landed. 110 yards to go. Slightly into and off the left, so I'm going to go down to a 50 degree just to find that little punchy number. I'd like to be able to try the wedge shot from it, just to kind of get that penetrating flight a bit more consistent, but I always feel like I'm going to over hit it. Little 50 degrees should be fine. Take dead aim. It's not bad, to be fair. Just kind of right side, 25 feet. Wasn't a penetrating flight. You could probably see from my follow through, because that is the opposite of creating a penetrating ball flight, but it's fine. It's actually not even that windy. I'm massively overplaying the wind here, by the way. It's flat calm. Right, I need this to keep my run of 1-putts going and also to save par. Just cleared the bunker, got it onto the green. Would have been nice if just a bit less there. Would have maybe taken the slope, but hey ho. Right, down the hill, left to right, right to left. Ah, bogey. Back to 1 under. Right, 8th hole, 340 yards. Now they've actually taken out the trees down the left because I did a bit of a bailout tee shot last year where I wasn't in the trees, I was kind of next to them, but now it just looks really open. I'm surprised they've taken them out if I'm being honest, but hey, I ain't gonna whinge. There's more space, which is fine. So now I'm gonna aim at where the trees were and just try and get that swing going again, just across my chest, 3/4 feel. That's better. Much better. Yep, middle of the fairway. We're back. Right, 135 to the pin, wind slightly off my back. So again, off my yardages last week, 135 with the wedge is perfect. So I'm actually just gonna hit this full out. There's no reason to knock anything down, hit it harder. Just a full 135 shot. Wind is slightly off my left, so I'm going to aim just left of the pin because the flag's on the right, so I don't want to short side it and miss it there. So middle of the green, standard wedge shot, and let's just see. Great opportunity to test the yardages really, isn't it? Hold. That's all right, it's probably gone about 129. Didn't quite get everything. You probably just got a little bit stuck in the ground, but it's on the dance floor. Right, a good bit shorter actually than I said. So I'm actually 10 yards short. So I hit it 125. You saw me get a bit stuck in the ground, so it wasn't perfect, but we're on the green. Horrible little shoulder from this bunker to come over though. So good test of the old putter. Ooh, look at the pace. Look at the pace on him. Take that. Right. Next hole is a nice little dogleg par 4. The hole after that is where I made double bogey last year. Stupid bloody double bogey as well it was. So we're going to rectify that. And the last 5 holes are pure links. Stay tuned. They're beautiful. Right, this is the 9th hole. 427. Don't remember it being this long. Well, I had a sandwich into here last time. Must have been a massive tee shot. Right. Second use of the driver, well, third use of the driver today. The last shot I hit was a shocker, so we need to wipe out that. Oh, God, I'm stick. Oh, don't get old, folks. Right, straight to the bunker. I can clear it, I think. Soon find out if I can clear it. It's gone straight over it. Oh, miles, middle of the fairway. I need to watch these swings back later, honestly, because to me, I can't emphasize enough how flat that golf swing feels. It literally feels like I'm round here. Honestly, it's ridiculous. It feels like honestly, I can't even explain it. But sometimes it works. 157, well from here, about 3, 4, 5 yards behind my bag, so let's call it 150. Wind slightly into off the right. Good drive, literally middle of the fairway. I did hit, I'm sure I hit like a sandwich into it last summer. Must have had a bounce here summer, because it's the same time of year. Right, I'm gonna hit a 9 iron this time. Let's see if we can get the 9 iron there. So again, just going off my yardages from episode 1. This was actually a 145 club. But I did say on the day, I feel like I can get it to like the 150, which should be this. I also did say 150 is my worst yardage because I have that gap where the 8 iron is like a 165. So this is kind of like a 15-yard gap, which is really awkward. So I'm going to try and power a 9. I'm going to aim it just right at the flag. When I'm hitting it harder, I should hit a little bit more of a draw just because of the speed and stuff. I've hit it really well. I'm expecting that to be enough distance. Bloody massive. That was pure. I mean, it's started kind of at the flag, drawn a little bit, but that was pure. That was a pure golf swing. I now hit 9 iron 165, same as me 8. Right, it has gone long, so actually this has probably gone at least, well, was probably carried about 3-4 yards, but this has probably got about at least 155. Which has thrown last week's numbers into an absolute oblivion. My swing has probably improved a little bit since last week as well. Wind, was it hurting, helping? Maybe a push helping. But I did say last week, I know it's a 150 club, so it's gone a little bit further. It's come off a little bit hotter than usual, so it's fine. Bit of a distance though from Birdie, so it's a very outside chance. It's a line as well. I've got it on line, folks. Nice strike, nice putt on line. Didn't quite give it enough. Right, let's go and attack the 14th hole, where I'm skied my tee shot, hit a 6-iron left into this stuff that was about 10 foot high, hacked out, 3-putted. God, I hate that hole. Right, so last time, I remember correctly now, I hit 4-iron off the tee, caught it bottom groovy off the neck. It just kind of squirted round to the right. I had 200 yards into the flag. So it was only a 389 yard hole. So it was a really, really poor first shot, obviously. There's 3 bunkers in the distance. They're quite away. They're in driver range. So I think I've got a 3-wood here. I'm going to try and play this hole a bit more aggressively, just get a bit further down there. There's not really any other danger. It's just a standard tee shot, I suppose. It's not the widest, but it's not the narrowest in the world. Take dead aim at the middle bunker, winds off the left, little draw with the 3-wood. Should be all right. Just pushed it a little bit towards that right bunker. It's bouncing a couple of times. Let's just see what happens. 149. Now this is not, we're just discussing this is not going to be this thick, this light in 6 weeks time. So I still do need to make sure I hit the fairway. So I've still got 149 into the pin. Doesn't feel like it's going to be that far, but I suppose you've got to trust the old rangefinder. You've got a 9-iron, because that is my 150 club. Same shot as the last, I suppose, really, just a nice smooth swing. Oh, go in the hole. Has to be good. Has to be good, because that was pure. Right, lovely tee, second shot. That is better. I'll tell you something, if I had this birdie putt this time last year, or whenever it was, could have qualified for this next part. But no, I didn't. Pan around there, that's where I was. I was in that cabbage, and it was brutal. I had to open up the blade of a 58 degree and hit it as hard as I can. Flag was over there, ball was over there. 3 wiggle, and there's your double. Anyway, that's gone now, isn't it? This is the present. And we're going to make birdie. Up the hill, left edge. Oh! Part of me in a weird way was worried that I didn't allow for enough break. It's not really moved back. Well, you know what? It's a 2-shot improvement. And if I can do that on the other double bogey hole, we're into final open qualifying. In reality, I need to start shooting under par, but that's fine. We'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Next hole, blind tee shot, beautiful little kind of intricate par 4. Right, I don't fully remember this hole if I'm being perfectly honest. Well, no, sorry, I tell a lie. I remember the hole. I don't remember what we hit off the tee. I'm going to go with the 3-iron. So it's only a 370 yard par 4, so it's not long. There's a red and white post at the middle of the hill, so I'm going to aim at that and see if that is the right line. I do remember last year. I just remember copying what my playing partners did. One of them hit a really good shot, and I was like, is that a good shot? He went, yeah, it's a good shot. So right, I'll copy you then. Oh, the preparation, eh? Right, same swing. Across the chest, more depth, half swing. Might be a bit on the right side fairway. Guess we'll find out when we get up there, I can't really see it. Right, last year we had a wedge in, this year we've got 161 into wind. So if the wind is like this, in an ideal world, we need to be finding another 20 yards really. But because it's blind and it's quite tight, 3-wood also kind of makes things a bit narrower. And another maybe 30, 40 yards, you're in the bunker. So this is the kind of rough with the smooth sort of scenario, is like you hit the 3-iron. If it pops up into the air into wind, it leaves you a little bit too far in, but you've got a shot from the fairway. Try and just be a little bit greedier and miss the fairway, you're looking at a bogey, or worse, you might not find it if it gets really thick. So yeah, this is the decisions you just got to try and make on the day. 160, I've got 7 iron, 175 club, so it should be enough. Wind's not massively there. I'm going to hit it full shot though, because I think the wind's there enough. The bottom groovy again, it was a bit not great. Oh, you've had the distance, to be fair. It's just missed the green left, but it's okay, I think. But yeah, decisions off the tee. When you get links courses in particular, because it's so exposed, you take the wrong club off the tee, you leave yourself further in, but off the fairway, get a little bit more kind of aggressive and don't quite hit the fairway, because that's easily done with a longer club. Makes the second shot harder. It's the beauty of links golf, that's why I love it. That's why it's the best type of golf. Little bottom groove, into add spin, into distance, add spin. So actually level with the front edge. It would have been great. If it was straight, it would have been front edge of the green, would have been a good bad shot. Just caught the rough though, so it's not a good bad shot. Ball's gonna be massively below my feet. My feet would be here, so I'm massively below my feet. These are awkward, let me tell you. Should pop off a little bit to the right. It looks like it's a little bit left to right as well. I often just try and get this right leg out of the way, really get into this left side, and hope for good connection. I mean, we can only do what we can, but it's not the worst lie in the world, I don't think. I'm not going to open the face because I don't want the ball to go further right. I'm going to aim not that far left. There we are. Anything about a couple of feet onto the green will be good. Just went a bit too far left, but in terms of distance, it's not horrendous. It just needs to be a bit better. We'll get there though, we'll get there. We'll sharpen the tools. These are huge. These putts are, I feel like they're quite a common occurrence. Get slightly out of position off the tee or off the second shot, chipping it. Trying to chip it close on links greens is also always really difficult because of the coming out of longer grass, trying to judge the roll, the speed of the greens, the undulations. So obviously I don't want too many of these for par, but you do need to sink a couple of these. And for all the stuff I've mentioned about last year where I made a double here, I did hole a few putts that from about this distance for par that kind of keep that momentum. So that's why I can't look back and go, oh, I should have made it, because I could have also missed these putts. We've just got to be a little bit tidy, a bit more controlled. Right edge. It has more break than I expected. It's a bogey. So this is where the tee shot comes into play. Second shot, okay, could have been better. Tee shot left me a long way back. Well, you can only decide on the day. Wind direction. This hole downwind, a doddle, if I'm being honest. This hole into wind, a little bit harder. 190 yards, par 3, 16th hole. So yeah, this last year, this was straight into wind, which means the hole before was downwind. Last year I hit a 5 iron, 20 yards short of the green. I buttoned it. This is a 190 yard downwind. So with this, just feel like I'm just going to hit just a nice. I'm going to hit a hard 7 actually. I'm going to put the new swing to the test. This might be the wrong club purely based on how I strike it, but I feel like if I get the swing right, this can probably go 180, a little bit downwind, bit of a bounce on landing, 190, probably go in. This is going to go in. Hole in one. Oh my God. Get in the hole. I'll take some, I literally called all of it, the big bounce and everything. It's just finished about 6-10 foot short. I'll take that. I did catch that a tiny bit toe side of centre. Middle jobby, I reckon it could have gone in. Extra couple of yards, but it didn't. So here I am, putting for birdie, which I would be delighted with every single time I play this hole. A little bit up the hill, tiny bit left to right. Not much in this, to be honest. Let's get a good stroke on it. Just get the face square to where I'm aiming. Impact. It's not left to right, folks. I didn't really give that enough time, if I'm being perfectly honest. Didn't really move at all, to be honest. It's a par. It's another shot better than last year. This year's my year. We'll go into Troon. 17th hole, 516, birdied this one last year. She literally left it on the jaws for an eagle, in fairness. Goes kind of just a little left at the end, so you want to keep this down the right side of the fairway, which is what I'm going to do. Right, I'm going to aim right centre and just hit a straight ball. Oh, it's a bit of a toe ball, but it's one of those ones with zero spin. The size of the bounce is off the charts. That's a good bad one. That's for me. So because I'm trying to get a bit flatter, my negative now is going to be that I drop it a bit more on the inside, and that's my toe ball. Because I used to get steep, dropping it on the inside actually kind of kept me relatively neutral, but still massively outside. So this is a big change for me, and that's the shot that I'm going to be hitting as a bad shot. That or the little push to the right. So I'm just trying, you might notice, I'm just trying to like get the sensation that from the top of the backswing here, I'm like just turning that left hip, just so I can keep the club neutral and then go. So the old cogs are going at the moment, but we're getting there. It's not a badness anyway. I'll be honest with you, I don't really know what I'm doing here. I was in this similar situation last year, and I think I hit a 9-iron. But I feel like I was a bit further back this year. I've not got my watch, which is a schoolboy error. And I brought the charger for it, I just didn't bring the watch. So I'm just going to guess. It's 200 yards to the trees at the back, but we're going cutting corners a little bit, and the trees are probably 30 yards. So I'm going to hit an 8-iron. There's not much sense in that, if I'm honest. I'm just going to keep it down the right side of the trees, just in case. It's a good layup. It's middle of the fairway layup. It's a great layup, in fact. But if I had a yardage, I could have worked a bit harder to find it, if I'm honest. I just don't know where the 150 thing would have been. Up and down for birdie. Probably the right bailout. I'd have caught the trees on the way down there, and that's what I noticed a few of the guys do last year. Actually, they went for the flag. But these, you kind of got to clear the trees. You've got to hit it longer on that line. Last year I was just front edge, so this year I'm a bit further back. Right, first chip shot of the day actually, isn't it? Or pitch shot of the day, I should say. 54 degree. Land it on the front edge. Zip. If I get a good strike, it'll zip and stop. If I don't, it'll go miles past. If you fat it and just roll it up the front edge, it's a good bad one. Right, folks, just stay there for me. I'm going to hit another. I need to practice this. I feel like I'm a very comfortable, capable chip and pitcher. I feel like my technique's decent. I just don't quite get it enough. Better. Just rolled on a little bit, but still good. Difference between a good pitch and a bad pitch, really. One's a birdie chance, probably still not quite close enough, but this was a bad one. A little bit heavy, a little bit bouncy, bits like that. I've got to sharpen up. And it's good to get on the golf course, isn't it? Just feel like you're not played for a while, and just get a bit sharper. Sharpen the tools. All right, straight at it. Not much in this at all. Oh, it was tracking. Right, next hole was a par 5 on the card, par 4 on the day. I didn't even notice that. I didn't even know that on the day. So it's a massive par 5. Why they did that to us last year hurt, if I'm honest. I had a 4-iron, bearing in mind, I've hit driver 8-iron just shy of the green. Probably could have hit, in hindsight, knowing my yardage, could have hit 7-iron onto the green. The next one's going to be into the wind, straight. Last year was driver 4-iron. This year, now, today, probably the same. It's a long par 4 to finish that. If you're watching, please put it back to a par 5. Final hole is an absolute beast, 477, and I'll be honest with you guys, we're going to rush this because there's an absolute, it is dark over there. It looks like the middle of the night that's coming in to drench us, so we're going to whiz through this hole. Yes, fairway. Under pressure. The rain's put me under pressure, but ripped it down the middle. Ugh, 210 yards to go. Right, got the 5-iron here. The wind seems to not be too crazy. Can't really see the flag. I see the tree behind the flag, so that's my line. Come on, one good swing. The worry for me, when the swing feels so flat, I feel like I'm going to fat it, but I have to trust that it's actually not flat. Ah, it's a bit low. Oh no. I can see it. Yeah, short left. That was a bit fat. Blame the swing all you want, but that was a fatty. Right, not a great second shot. This is why I want it to be a par 5, because at least I can feel like I'm going to make a birdie. But it's all relative, doesn't really matter, does it? I'll pop this up into the air. I've got a little launch pad to hit it up from. Just trying to figure out how the ball reacts out of this stuff is always the hardest. Like that, that's just gone miles. I was not expecting it to come out like that. Probably gone over the back, I can't see it. Brilliant. Like, tee shots, you're not going to stand on the tee and go, I'm always going to hit the fairway. Second shots, you're not always going to hit the iron and the flag. You're not going to always hold a putt that's right. I just don't know. It's hard to have a favourite part. And if I do, it probably changes every time I play. Choo choo, hit the flag. Right, we're going to call the vlog there. We're going to leave it there. The last hole was a disaster for me. I've got that for bogey. Let's make double to finish. Swing was kind of there at the start, wasn't it? The swing thoughts are still there now. I've kept my same swing thoughts. Double. I've just not quite been able to execute it often enough, which is golf anyway, isn't it? So a little bit of work today. I had a fantastic practice session yesterday. I felt like I middled everything. Today was in and out, which was good to kind of see and feel, because I need that kind of, it needs to make me go back to the range and practice more and really bed it in. Obviously feels different going from like a driver to a mid-iron to a wedge, so that's something I've got to maybe bring into my practice sessions as well, rather than just hitting the same club. So that's a lesson for all of us. But yeah, I think we're kind of trending in a decent direction. Right guys, thanks very much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.